Meet my friend Kamran Ali, better known as Kamran on Bike. Born and raised in a small town in Pakistan, he pursued a PhD in computer science from Germany. He chose to follow his true passion for cycling a decade ago. He has traveled across South and North America, Africa, and even undertook the remarkable journey from Germany to Pakistan on his bike. An artist at heart and an adventurer by nature, Kamran is on a mission to explore the world while capturing the rich tapestry of cultures and inspiring stories along the way. Through his lens, he shares valuable lessons learned from the road, encouraging others to embrace their own adventures. This story, however, is not about Kamran, but about his mission to uplift a hospital in the small village of Ankilivalo in Madagascar.
Cycled 61 countries, 68,000 kilometers in the past 10 years, but no country has affected me emotionally as much as did Madagascar. Staying at the hospital, staying in the village has made me very emotional to this place. Cycling is no longer on my mind at the moment. I'm trying what can be done more for the hospital and for the village. Let's see.
Let me take you along with me as I visit him, accompanied by generous donations from my family and friends in Cape Town. People from all around the world visit Madagascar to see the famous Baobab Avenue and then leave. Few are aware of what surrounds these ancient trees. As you will see, this is a place where poverty and lack of essential services, including electricity, sanitation, education, healthcare, infrastructure, and clean water, confront humanity. We are in Morondova today, a small town in Madagascar, 44 kilometers from Ankilivalo Hospital. Today, Kamran is buying solar lights for the hospital and nearby villages. He has already spent many months working to improve the hospital's conditions and knows what to get from which shop. He is usually alone, but Dr. Rahingo Malala is also with him today, a handy translator. Buying small lights and planning their installation can be frustrating due to lack of expertise.
Have you forgotten the nails?
Okay, it's fine. Total expense
How much?
189 million Ariani. So almost 0.2 billion.
Ariaris
Yes.
that you have spent.
You spoiled the fun, huh? I just want to say 0.2 billion.
0.2 billion.
Then you said Ariani. Yeah, it's about what we have spent so far is
How many thousand euros have you spent?
little less than 30,000 euros.
30,000 euros.
No,
And you have this Excel sheet or something?
Yeah.
So you put every expense in there.
All the expenses. You know, whenever I go with some technicians to buy something in the market, then I have to ask them 10 times, do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need this? They don't know what to buy. There was one incident when I went with these painters. We bought the paint, we bought the spirit, we bought whatever was needed, paint everything. And I asked them, do you have everything? Are you sure? No, boss, we have everything. I said, what about the brushes? You have the paintbrush? Oh, we forgot. So, I mean, it's hard to find the expertise. Sare jugaad wale.
Exploring new places and witnessing rural and raw life is exciting for us as tourists. However, it takes some time for the harsh reality to set in. If the doctor or her staff visit their family in Morondova, they cover these 44 kilometers in 2.5 hours via public transport. The road is fine until you take a left turn. This is the beginning of a very long dirt highway that gets narrower and tougher as you travel it. The distances are long and the heat makes them longer. If you are fortunate enough to afford it, you can get a bicycle tuk-tuk. To reach Ankilivalo Hospital, which is 7 kilometers from the junction, in this heat, these young boys pull one or more passengers for 45 minutes for merely 8 rands. Life moves, few cents at a time, pedal by pedal. In the rainy seasons, the villages are entirely cut off from the main highway. You only cross it on foot, with snakes and crocodiles as your usual companions. These bare feet, torn clothes, and shining eyes gaze up at me as I watch the families working in their rice paddies, from young to old. Everyone working together from planting the rice to harvesting. There is no tractor or machinery to speed up the process. You have to be all in. Every grain is precious. Something we would throw in the bin if we were feeling full after a big meal. The doctor would have paid 20 rands had she taken public transport today. It might seem like a small amount, but not for a doctor earning only 4,000 rands a month, while also supporting her siblings and parents. She has to stay at the hospital around the clock, 24/7, all year round.
So this is the Ankilivalo community, which has a population of 13,000 people. And this is a CSB2 hospital. CSB2 hospital is with one doctor. And this hospital serves about 27,000 people with a total 15 villages. So when I came to know about this hospital, I met a doctor in Mahabu and she told me that she works in this hospital. And she told me that some of the people who come here for treatment, they're not even able to afford medicine. And the facilities were non-existent. So I was hesitant to visit this village because I knew that, it will wrench my heart. So I thought, as a gesture of goodwill, let's buy some medicine. So I bought medicine worth $50 and I brought to the hospital. I saw that patients were lying on the ground. This is only a 6-bed hospital, but 4 of the beds were missing mattresses. Some of the legs of the beds were missing. There were bricks under it. So there was just a metal frame or the metal springs. And I just posted a story on Instagram that I visited this hospital and I bought these medicine, $50. And I thought, I have done my job and this would be the end of it. But then when people saw the story of this hospital, they said they would like to contribute. So people started sending small donations. And with the message, Kamran bhai, this is for some more medicine. And then I thought, my job is done. I wanted to get out of the country and move on to the next country for cycling. But some more donations came, and it kept going and going. The donations started coming. So long story short, what started with a medicine of $50, we have now spent more than 30,000 euros. This is where the qualified medical doctor, Dr. Lala, lives. This is a room with a tin roof, no electricity, no bed, no fan. They have been kind to give you a mattress. Oh, this is not even a mattress, this is just a thin piece of foam. Just bought 4 mattresses. The hospital, because there's no electricity, no fan, 1,600 euros. 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at that. Installing the lights. I'll be spending the night at the hospital. It's so dark. I'm using these small lights. A woman gave birth to a child outside the hospital room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fans ready. Solar panels are producing electricity. Look at that. Solar street light number 1. Number 2, light number 3. Lights on. Now look at that. The fan is working. I bought a fridge yesterday. This is the doctor's room. You enjoying the ventilator?
Thank you so much.
Fan working. It's good. Chala. But we couldn't find the covers for them, so we are making our own. These facilities now belong to the village. Hospital beds, delivery beds, chairs, tables, printer, safe, stools, benches. Let's make Ankilivalo Hospital the #1 hospital in Madagascar. Shabash, shabash, shabash. We have assembled 4 chairs, examination bed, chair, this 4-seater. He's gonna fix the ceiling. He's actually gonna take it down. Chairs are already in use. We are now repairing the ceiling. So much junk. One cabinet for the doctor's room. Installing the new ceiling. Not perfect, but this is the best. We have moved the solar panels from the roof onto the ground. The new ceiling. 4 new beds here, including the mattresses.
Your donations are reaching the hospital, and Kamran keeps a list of donors, their contributions, and expenses in an Excel sheet. His donors are you, me, and his followers on Instagram. He sells his images to power the hospital and lives a very simple life. Today, he is using the donation funds to hire a 4x4 vehicle that will transport the doctor and her team to several quite remote villages for a vaccination campaign. They will cover 18 long kilometers, one way, on this narrow dirt road. Without the vehicle, they would have started their walk early in the morning. The doctor and her team also hire ox carts or zebus from time to time to reach the villages. Some areas have to be covered on foot through crocodile-infested waters. Besides the lack of facilities in the hospitals and proper funding, these are some of the additional challenges that doctors have to face to practice medicine. The medical workers are paid 2 euros a day or 40 rands. However, this amount is paid only 6 months later. The village chiefs were informed that we were there for vaccination. We brought them gifts, solar lights, the first in these villages. Last time, a nurse was beaten in one of these villages because locals believe that vaccination harms their children.
Yung ipudana na yun, dahil siyang tadab na rin. Is mandaratang sikat ang lini. Ipud sa hayin, dahil mandaratang may na yung rufti.
There's also a picture. He will see the picture inside. Huh?
The children received candies and the mother's soap as gifts. These villages lack schools, and one of the chiefs asked if we could help raise funds for a building, and they will arrange a teacher. This is Anita. She is expecting, but she doesn't know how far along she is. She believes that she is expecting twins because her stomach is too big. But she has to wait for her turn because the doctor is printing a death certificate for the father of a pregnant woman who died yesterday. The woman and her child died because she was having seizures, eclampsia, a serious medical condition. First, they thought it was black magic. Then they carried her for a few hours to the hospital on foot. By the time they arrived at this hospital, it was too late. The doctor couldn't even attempt a cesarean to rescue the child because there are no such facilities.
How far is Mahabu?
15 kilometers.
So you had to go to 15 kilometers to print something before.
Yes. And then I come back to Dukes to the family. Here is a big problem also because women don't know what is the last period.
Okay.
You don't know this. You have to do you have to measure the belly and but with echo it's an advantage for me because with echo I can know how much profile.
And you got the echo from donations as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So before that, what would happen if somebody needed an echo?
I sent them to
Murandav.
Using the donated echo machine, Dr. Lala gave good news to the mother that her baby is healthy. Anita gave birth in the hospital 2 days later. This is the kitchen for loved ones of the patients who come from far away. This is also the sleeping room and the laundry. Okay, so it's 22nd of July 2025. I'm in Ankilivalo village of Madagascar. And it's my last day here today in Ankilivalo. Tomorrow I go to Tana. In 2 days' time, I will be sleeping in my comfortable bed in my cozy home. Driving a nice car on a nice road. The kids' faces of Ankilivalo are stuck into my vision. I sleep, I think about them, I dream about them. I'm actually lost for words. I just don't know what to say. Seeing the baobabs was thrilling. Visiting the local market, witnessing a sunset on the beach, watching boys play football, and taking photos of the locals all made for a fascinating experience. The question is, are we merely tourists who move from one spot to another in search of selfies and to tick off a place from the bucket list? Or do we look beyond the obvious and become true travelers? Ask me and I will tell you that it begins with excitement and longing to see a new place. It then turns into the joy of experiencing it. But where it takes a turn is when you start connecting with the land and its people. You start seeing. It transforms your inner being and soul. Ask me how, and I will tell you that this boy doesn't have a wardrobe full of shiny shoes, clothes he never wears, handbags or wallets. He made a sweet Africa corn cubes bag for himself. Ask me how, and I will tell you that in my eyes, these light beams and a child on the floor made a great subject. But then I started seeing. I saw holes in the ceiling and the room full of smoke, with a malnourished child on the floor. Ask me how, and I will ask you to never complain about water or your transport, because I saw these boys carrying water on this broken cycle. Ask me how, and I will tell my son never to complain about the heap of toys I bought him, because this is the only toy this boy can have, a discarded bottle and a few lids. Ask me how, and I will show you the reality of life. When in 50-degree heat, the entire family searches for gold on this burning ground for a few cents, while the businesses make millions. Zindagani ki hakikat koh kan ke dil se pooch, juए शीरे तेशाओ संगे गरां है जिंदगी. Ask the reality of life from the heart of a mountain digger. Life is the milky stream, the axe, and the hard stone. When your eyes see all of this and more, they close, but the visions don't fade. You see the faces of those you have met. They deserve everything a human being is entitled to. This is not only a small glimpse into the lives of Malagasy people, but also a story of thousands of such places around us and far away. I chose Kamran because he is a dear friend who needed my support. People living near me are just as deserving of help as those I met far away in Madagascar. I urge you to be among those who benefit others by giving. It's your choice who you support and trust. Give through your knowledge or skills and volunteer. Give by spreading the message. And lastly, give by giving. Donate.